Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. What a day for Nvidia. Oh my God, 144. We're attempting another all-time high. Mark my words, guys, okay? Now, if you looked at the video I dropped yesterday, I mean, I was at a loss. I was very, I was very unsure of this week. I thought it was going to be another week where, we end up at 137, 138, 140, go back down, right? But I did not expect this big push up around 10 a.m. all the way to 12:30, right? Where we're still in that bullish sentiment for Nvidia, okay? Now, 144.49, what do we do right here? I'm super excited to talk to you guys about this, okay? It's an amazing day for Nvidia. I told you guys, around 11:55 is where I was on my, I was on my charts. I was looking at Nvidia and I was looking at it from CashApp, and I was making some conclusions about the day. I was like, if we can end off at 144.2, 144 flat, that's a good day. And guess where we ended off was 144.59. So let's say 144.6 is where we ended off. So on Monday, okay, what a way to end the week off Nvidia, okay, up 7%. So Monday, what I'm expecting is a pullback to cover this big gap that we formed. So I'm going to talk about this to you guys a little bit more. So number one thing, okay, the goal is 200. Do not take your eyes off the goal. Do not get happy by this small move, okay, as exciting as it is. All right, Nvidia goes up 7%, blah, blah, blah. If you made some money, proud of you. Good job, okay? But the thing is, our goal is 200. My goal is 200. I'm not moving money from the stock till it doesn't hit 200, okay? And even then, I'm going to consider buying dips, holding for longer, okay? What do we take from this big up? Well, watch out for fair value gaps, okay? You do not want to get to a point where you look at profit right away and you start thinking about, oh, I'm just gonna sell and take profit, okay? That is not what we do right here. So I'm only making $8, okay? Some people are making 80, some people are making 800, some people are making 8,000, some people are probably making 800,000, right? It depends on your amount, but your technique and your tactics has to be the same and has to be aligned, okay? Do not look at the money at all. You want to look at good reasons to sell. You don't want to sell if a stock is about to explode up, right? You don't want to sell if the stock is doing what it's supposed to do, okay? What you should expect, though, get on TradingView, open up the chart, okay? Look at the chart for Nvidia, okay? I want you guys to see how it gets to a point where it goes to 144 and it just moves sideways. But this big candle right here, guys, 9:30, look at this big candle all the way to the left. This big candle is basically showing us right here in CashApp, this is what it is, that big explosion up, okay? This big explosion up, that is called a fair value gap, okay? That means the stock, the way it exploded, it missed out. It literally went from 138, boom, 140, boom, 143. So 139, 140, 141, 142. This is going to come back down and play around with those values of the stock. So expect Nvidia to come back down, but don't just sell. Don't just panic sell. Oh my God, I was up 8,000. I was up $800. I should sell. I was making more money. No. Okay? I guarantee the stock is going to come back down to 144. I mean, 142, 141, 140. That happens, okay? Just a couple months ago, just a few weeks ago, we were up at 152, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? First things first. Always have TradingView. Always have a graph that you're tracking this with. Always know what these bullish candles mean, the bearish candles. Okay, keep those in mind. Okay, now let's move on to the 52-week high. The 52-week high for Nvidia is 152.89, and just as exciting as this graph looks, up 4% at 11:05 a.m. Right? Think about what would happen if we go to another new high. So if we can hit 154, break that 152.89 barrier and go to 154, I'm all in on Nvidia. I'm going to sell my AMD position as soon as it goes to 135, 140 and put that money in Nvidia when it dips down under 130. Okay, now when you see a big move up, expect a big move down. Don't just think the stock is going to run. Okay, that is not going to happen, right? Because that is something that happened earlier 2024, right? And it went all the way up to 1,000. But even then, there were major days where the stock went down. So expect that always, but make sure that you are marking those fair value gaps, okay? Don't buy above 139. As simple as that. If you want to get into the stock, do not buy above 139. I'll tell you that right now. 136, 137, 133 and below. If you really want to sit and watch the graph, time the market, right? Do all that type of stuff. 134 should be your buying power, right? But me, okay, I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff to do. So what I did was, here, I'm going to put my order in at 138.9. Okay, this is what I did. Put my order in, and I'm just going to hold the stock. I'm going to diamond hand the absolute living crap out of the stock, and that's what I did, all right? I'm going to hold this all the way to 2025, and I'm going to hold it all the way to 2026, depending on how much percent back I get at the end of 2025. So I have a plan, and I have a strategy that I'm going to go for, but always make sure that you guys are not killing time, wasting time, and just looking for profits. Okay, look at technicals. Okay, we had a nice move today. What's the PE ratio? Still 56.14. Okay, what's the operating margin? What's the price to sales ratio? What's the volume? Look at today's volume compared to the average daily volume. It is more than 20 million percent up. Okay, so that is something you have to take in consideration. On an average day, you don't see Nvidia move that much. So first thing is first is just have that in your mind. Okay, now keep your goal in your mind. Don't get too excited. Eyes on $200. I would for sure say eyes on $200, because I will tell you guys right now over and over again, 200 is going to come sooner or later in 2025. Okay, stay locked in. Okay, important dates. January 20, 2025. Okay, I've been talking about this since December. I've been talking about this since November. Okay, so the debate happened with Trump back here, let's say November, somewhere in November, right? So if we go back there, we can see how the stock goes from 136, right? We see that 147, 144, 140 is just maintaining that. So what can we expect on this inauguration day? Well, we can expect another push. We can expect a 150. We can expect a 148. But even then, we're not selling, right? We take those profits and we look at them. We take notes. We look at fair value gaps. We look at the MACD indicator. We look at these technical analysis and keep going, all right? The biggest goal we have is $200. Once we get to that barrier, a lot of people can consider selling. You can make your move from there. But for right now, the major key is just hold, guys. Okay, now let's move on and see what a example of fair value gap looks like. I want you guys to look at this image and look at how there's a gap between that big bearish candle. So if you look over here in this picture, there's that red candle that immediately drops. It breaks the support line. Okay, and it's shown in this picture. So when something breaks the support line, it basically means it's breaking past a point where it's supposed to maintain. So if something is supposed to bounce off of 135, if Nvidia goes down to 135, typically it's supposed to bounce back up to 141, 140, 138, but it just drops all the way down to 128, 127. We saw that happen before, and we caught it right here, right? 129, 127, right? So the support was about 133, 134. We broke that and came all the way down. This is called that fair value gap right here. Actually, 132 to 128. This is that fair value gap. If you guys see, we kind of remake that fair value gap right here, and we kind of recover for it. We kind of fill that gap in. I call it filling in the gap. Okay, that fair value gap simply means the stock is going to come back and fill in that gap. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with the gap being filled as long as you can absolutely hold the stock or add more money as the stock goes down. Okay, now first things first, realize how volatile the market can be. I mean, yesterday I was losing money. Today I'm gaining money, okay? And in 2 days I could be losing more money than I was gaining, and that's totally fine, okay? That's the game we play, and that's the patience we need, okay? Money is not made overnight. Add a little. 100, if 100 is all you got, work with $100. Is 1,000 all you got? Work with $1,000, okay? You have to build your portfolio up. 2025 is going to be one of those years where not only I'm going to take off, but a lot of people watching and tuning in and eager to learn are going to take off as well, okay? No, I was at a loss yesterday. You can look at my video uploaded from yesterday. I was losing money in Nvidia. Today I'm gaining. Tomorrow I might lose again. Monday I might lose again. Tuesday I might lose again. But the win is going to come sooner or later. I believe in the stock. I believe in the future of the stock, and I believe in technology specifically. I'm big on AMD, big on Nvidia. I'm big on the S&P 500 specifically because of the tech industry. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.